Bam! Imagine this. Cletus McFarland, the wild, irrepressible online icon, has recently rocked up NASCAR like a tornado in a trailer park. What he's created today is larger than any YouTube video or backyard burnout. And guess what? A real NASCAR team, yes, a real one, has recently decided on McFarland after huge performance changes everything. Hold on to your helmets, for this is only the beginning. Cletus's use of the New England 900 transformed Stafford Speedway into a mobile carnival. He did not bring expensive automobiles or large expenditures. Instead, he dumped Crown Victorias on the track, some with nitrous, some with train horns, and turned short track racing into a party. Thousands of fans came out, and it felt less like a normal race and more like a show, and everyone wanted to participate. It wasn't about winning or losing, it was about laughing, roaring motors, and cheering as if you had just witnessed your favorite superhero soar. It reminded us that racing is more than just gears and lap times, it's also about personality, rivalry, and that goosebumps moment when you feel something in your heart. Traditional short-track racing just doesn't have the same feel anymore. Drivers get in, race, and drive away, leaving no story behind. But at the New England 900, those Crown Vics smashing curves while train horns blared, that's the kind of wild you never forget. Now fast forward, word on the track is that Ram, yes, the Ram truck brand, is seriously considering returning to the NASCAR Truck Series. For nearly a decade, Ford, Chevrolet, and Toyota have dominated the market. But now, rambling in, pun intended, Ram may roar back, and Cletus McFarland could be there in the heart of it. That potential alone made news because it's about attracting a whole new audience to the grandstands. A huge name brand combined with a YouTube firestorm creates a whirlwind of attention. NASCAR officials would welcome it. More brands equals more competition, sponsors, and fans. Here's the hype. Cletus might drive a Ram truck, turn up part-time, or simply be the hype person behind the scenes. He could do a variety of tasks, including race, film, posting, and promotion. But a full-time season? Between February and November, there are 25 hard races, and it's not only the races themselves. It takes a year to practice, qualify, and travel. Maybe too much of a year if you're attempting to shoot videos, conduct events, and engage your audience in a variety of different ways. Nevertheless, his promotional influence is enormous. He has millions of followers, and his intensity has the potential to attract younger fans, kids, teens, and anyone who enjoys outrageous stunts to NASCAR in ways that nothing else can. Videos, behind-the-scenes clips, and inventive truck content have the potential to transform the sports fan base. Okay, here comes the moment. A NASCAR team has just made a decision, possibly in a confidential meeting surrounded by champagne and spilled energy drinks. They saw Cletus's energetic New England 900 performance and thought, yeah, that's our ticket to life. They were not concerned that he would break the rules or rip up the tires. They saw the spark. This team aims to feel the same emotions that fans do when they cheer for a hero or boo a villain. They want the stories. They desire electric chaos. They chose to sign McFarland, not as a joke, not as a guest star, but as a member of their team. Picture this. Crews in fireproof suits rush into the garage, turning heads at a Crown Vic paint job. Suddenly, there are wild images and logos, possibly a tinge of nitrous, and a cry into their radios. McFarland's in the house. What about the fans? They will saturate the seats. They will bring their buddies. They will videotape it on their phones. It will be a show. It all started with the silly, playful, rebellious New England 900 because when racing loses its personality, no one notices. But what happens when Cletus brings the pleasure back? The stands roar and sponsors open their wallets. So sure, you read that correctly. McFarland did not simply host a spectacle. He prompted legitimate NASCAR teams to sit up and say, that's our guy. And what is their decision? It is a game changer. From here, everything changes. The spirit, the makeup of the series, and how fans perceive NASCAR. It's no longer just about horsepower. It's about character, connection, and properly executed chaos. But before we hail McFarland as NASCAR's savior, we must first address the aftermath. Because when one man alters the rules of the game, not everyone applauds. Whispers have already begun to echo in garages and boardrooms. Some teams are not thrilled. They've spent years seeking sponsorships, competing for airtime, and creating driver resumes the hard way. Now, a person with a YouTube channel, Crown Vics, and a large fan base enters into the room and is called up. One unidentified team member reportedly stated, "It's like skipping the line at Daytona. We worked hard out here, and now we have to compete with memes and train horns? And frankly, you can't blame them. This is not how NASCAR has ever operated. You do not go from burnout competitions to national broadcast races. But here's the thing, perhaps that's exactly why it works. Fans are no longer just there to see lap times. They want to feel something. They want characters. They want the drama where one driver yells at another, someone slams the door after a race, or tosses a water bottle out of frustration. McFarland conveys that emotion without trying. When he enters the paddock, the crowd does more than just cheer. They lean forward, waiting to see what wild thing happens next. And NASCAR? NASCAR requires that. The Cup Series may be the major leagues, but the Truck Series is where risks may be tested. And this is the largest risk in a decade. Think about it. If Ram and McFarland work together, the idea has the potential to change everything. A whole new audience, maybe even youngsters who've never watched a race before, could start tuning in. Sponsors would adjust their focus. Other producers may enter the market again. Suddenly, NASCAR is not simply fighting to survive, it is growing, adapting, and becoming something more than it was. However, this assumes that it works, and that is a big if. Because this is the risk. What if it doesn't? What if McFarland crashes out? What if the fans become bored? What if his content schedule keeps him away? Or a real Truck Series driver resents sharing the spotlight? The instant he signs that contract, the pressure shifts. He is now expected to perform rather than simply be a showman, on the racetrack, under NASCAR rules, in a field full of drivers who have spent their entire lives preparing for this. What if he can't hang? The naysayers will pounce. But for now, let's talk about the real fans. The fans who have followed the Truck Series since before Cletus held a GoPro. Some of them love it. They perceive the beginning of a new age, something exciting and fresh. One fan on social media said, "Cletus understands it. Racing should be fun. I'd rather see his Crown Vic race than another generic mile-and-a-half snoozer. What about the others? They are not sold." "It's a circus," one longtime fan tweeted. "He is not a racer, he is a personality. This is not WWE, this is NASCAR." And there it is, the true division. Is NASCAR a sport? Is it a show? What's the truth? It is both. It has always been. Dale Earnhardt didn't just race, he created a tale. Rusty Wallace did more than just win. He made spectators feel something. The best moments in NASCAR did not necessarily include picture finishes. There were battles, feuds, daring stunts, and memorable quotes. And it is the energy McFarland is restoring. So when McFarland considers this possibility, the question arises, will he go all in? Will he commit to a whole season, risking his entire content empire simply to prove he belongs? Or will he play it smart, stay part-time, and focus on being the link between racing and entertainment? Regardless, the squad made its decision. McFarland is part of their future, and the NASCAR world is watching, some with excitement, some with cynicism, but everyone is paying attention. Because, love him or hate him, Cletus McFarland has done something no driver has done in years. He has made NASCAR unpredictable once again. So, here's my final question. Is Cletus rescuing the sport or turning it into a circus? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Prepare for more upheaval, controversy, and drama in NASCAR. Hit the subscribe button.